Like I think of you, I don't think I've ever been out crying in your rain. Do you think of me? Like I think of you. It's cold as ever, dark as weather. I ain't been crying in your rain. Will you come back? Will you come back to me, please? The fuse hits me so hard. It brings me to my knees. When I looked around, you're all I see. I could get rid of all the things. Hello, everyone. It's Montez McCamish. Thank you so much for tuning in. It means so much. Of course, we got those 3 things we need you to do. We need you to click that bell for notifications because I go live quite often, and also I have lots of uploads. If you don't click that bell, you're not going to get a notification. I need you to comment on this video. If you're watching this video and you like something on this video, comment about it. You know, leave it in the comment box below so I can know what you think about the content I'm pressing out. Hello, everyone. It's Montez McCamish from itsmontez.com. I'm so thankful for you for tuning in. I wanted to give you all that full intro into the whole video. Usually I cut it off, but I figured, hey, you know what? Give everyone a good broad spectrum of what's going on inside itsmontez.com. Today on the interview, I've got a very wonderful interview. It's pretty powerful. It's with Ghosha. Now, inside the interview, I decided I was going to name it Work-Life Balance with music. Work, life balance. Like that's what I decided I was going to title it because this interview's pretty much all balled into how the music kind of works within things. Like I guess a lot of people get a misunderstanding of what happens inside of the music industry and how things really happen and what happens within the artists and what the artists really are really doing inside the music industry. And so I was looking on the internet and I found a wonderful person on the internet. Her name's Mo. I thought that was pretty original. She runs a business within the sex therapy, like I want to say sex industry, but it's not the proper terms. I wouldn't say that. But I'm going to let her speak about that a little bit more. But when I found her and I found out what she was involved in within the music, involved in with a business, involved in all these things working, and then also still booking her band, still writing her music, still having the time to react with the band and keeping the band together, and then not even to mention some of the things that had happened with her band, losing bandmates and still going on and not giving up. I was just like, hey, you know what? This is going to be a real powerful interview for you all to actually take this. And like I say on itsmontez.com, I like you all to take this and apply it in your everyday life. Without further ado, I'm going to just go ahead and introduce Ghosha on the scene and have them explain a little bit about what they do. And also she has her bandmate with her, Jared. I'm going to have him talk about it just as well. So I'm going to quit taking up all the time talking, and you all go ahead and hop on. Just to let you all know you're on mute.
Gotta remember the mute. Hi.
How's it going?
Hi. So tell us a little bit about the band.
Yeah, so we're Ghosha. I'm Mo and
Jared.
And I started the band in 2012, and Jared joined as my bass player. And like you were saying, we've been through an evolution in terms of band mates. We've been with a pretty solid team since about 2013. Our drummer Tony, he joined in 2013, and then this year we added a keyboard player, and her name is Linda. So we're a 4-piece again. We were a 4-piece at one point with different band members, and now we're a 4th-piece again.
So how long did you say the band's been together? How long has Ghosha been around?
Since 2012.
2012. Now, what was it like in like the beginning of your life? Like being a kid. Was that exactly what you wanted to do? Was this something that had been installed in you? You say, hey, you know what? I'm going to start a band. Let's like take it back a notch and try to understand what's going on from a young age progressing up to now.
Okay, I'll talk, and then I'll let Jared talk.
Sweet, yeah, because then we can get both perspectives. Because again, like Jared's coming in as an instrumental, like because he plays guitar, right? Or right, Jared, do you play guitar? I'm sorry. So the bass. I'm sorry, you play the bass, and I want to hear where that's coming from. Like you starting inside that. Was that you starting with the band? You know, was that anything that was always inside what you wanted to do? And then the same thing for Mo. Was this something that you wanted to do?
Yeah, so I was enrolled in also being advanced classes. Piano was what I initially started learning piano. I think I even
I can't hear you that well. Is there any way you could speak up a little bit more? I'm sorry.
Yeah, my parents supported the art. Supported us being in the arts. So we had a lot of extracurricular activities like piano lessons, dance lessons, stuff like that. I didn't actually understand that I could be in a band until I was a little bit older. I loved music and I loved rock and roll music, and I was really addicted to so many bands and just a humongous fan in my teenage years. But it never really occurred to me that it was something that I could do until I was about in 18 or 19 till I got into college. That's when I kind of realized, that it was an actual career option for me.
I see now. So for Jared, now for you, what was it like for you now?
It was fairly similar.
I'm sorry, Jared. Is there any?
No problem. I've probably been playing band since I was, 14. I got into playing bass primarily because everybody needs a bassist, and a lot of my friends were also musicians, and so I kind of gravitated towards that to fill the hole. And once you start playing bass, you love it. You can't stop.
Right. It's pretty addictive when you start. Yeah. You make it be addictive.
But you realize how much power you have in a band as the bass player. A lot of people don't realize that. We're behind the scenes, but then it really kind of. But I've just been playing 20 years now, playing in different bands, and I would say I always knew I would be playing music in a band, but it wasn't actually until I was much older, probably about 30, that I realized, there's a lot of musical career options, and there's ways to make money in the music industry that don't just involve becoming a successful independent musician or a successful music group. There's so many facets to it that you don't think about or realize when you're younger. You just want to party and play shows with your friends, and you want to
be a rock star.
Yeah, be a rock star, right? And there's so many ways to make a living and to make money in the music industry that, for me, it wasn't something I even thought to pursue until I've been playing 15 plus years before I even thought that that's something that I should look into and think about doing.
Right. So all right. So pretty much you're saying it takes time for you to get to the point of like, all right, it's soaking in. It's pretty much this is what I'm going to do. So in the time of everything evolving inside of it, I know that you all aren't together. Mo's doing her thing. Jared, you're doing your thing. I guess relationships inside of the band. Like, I think that's a hard thing for people to really get an understanding of. Like, the pros and the cons to do and what not to do, how to keep things going. Sometimes we have our opinions and we talk out about things. Can you all give us? Can you both give us like some kind of way that you all managed, or what's something you took from each group of people that you started playing with? Because again, like you learn, you bring something from the table, and also you bring something to the table. So like when coming from that situation, each band group that you've been in or whatever, what are some things that you've had to learn to like, hey, I've got to make sure this happens to make sure we stay together. I've got to make sure this happens. You know what I mean? Can you give us some, each one of you do it, you take your time, one do it and then the next one do it,
Yeah, I think it helps a lot that we have the same goal. We really both really believe in Ghosha, and we both really believe in the art and the music, and so we typically agree on a lot of things because we have the same end goal in mind. Now, sometimes we might have different ideas of how to get to a certain end goal, but the goal I feel like is always the same. And I feel like he brings to the table something that I wouldn't necessarily bring to the table. So I feel like we complement each other very well on the types of things that we bring to the table. So there's not a lot of room for disagreement there. It's like he knows how to do certain things that I don't know how to do. So I can't really argue, and vice versa. So we just kind of, a lot of them are unspoken, and a lot of them we have discussed. Like, you're going to do this, you do this aspect of the job, and I do this aspect of the job. But it definitely helps to have that same goal, and I think that's why. And we tend to agree on most things anyway, at least, and if we don't agree, we come to some sort of understanding that we basically agree to disagree, I guess.
Yeah, creatively, it's fortunate that we agree with the creative direction of songs and the band in general helps. And yeah, so like Mo does a lot of the initial writing, she does a lot of the marketing stuff. And I think it helps that she enjoys doing these things that, and I enjoy doing things that she doesn't necessarily enjoy. That, I do a lot more detail-oriented stuff when it comes to working on the production of the songs and stuff, and mixing our own music. And so there's a lot of things. So having that balance of skill sets and desires of, so many facets of what needs to get done works out really well. And I think,
Yeah,
it took me a long time to realize this. I mean, creatively, it's important to be on the same page, but like most things, having the same goals, I think, is almost more important, at least in a musical ensemble like we are, a rock group or different. When it's not just one musician paying other people, when you're working together, you think because you're on the same page creatively, but you could be 2 years into working together if we find out that your actual come career goals for the band are totally different, and the amount of commitment you're willing to put in as opposed to another bandmate is vastly different, or they're doing it for fun, but you always assume you guys have the same goals and the same end game for that project, and you end up wasting a lot of time and damaging relationships because you find out after big investments you're not on the same page.
true.
I mean, that's something that's fortunate for us, is that I think we have the same goals in mind. And the creative, having different creative influences, we bridge those together and get the sound that becomes ours. And I think a lot of people, I don't know, for me, I always assume that a lot of people look at it the same way I did, which was we must be on the same page, and it's almost more important at the beginning to be like, hey, what do you want to do with this project? Is this a business to you? Is this something that's casual? Are we going to put in a year? You put in 5 years? What kind of commitments do you want to make,
Mm-hmm.
And then the music will come together. But when it's just music and you don't deal with that other aspect, you find out you put everything into something, and then somebody got married and moved out of state or whatever. Bands dissolve all the time because of that kind of thing.
And we talk about the goals a little bit ad nauseum. Like I feel like we revisit them a lot.
Right. I think it's pretty important to revisit the goals. Now, did you all do any kind of like New Year's resolutions for the band? Like, did the band have New Year's resolutions? Do you all make your own personal resolutions and things like this, or do you just go on and go with it? Because I never really understood why I start or stop something now. Like, just do it like now, not at a later time. You know, you know what I mean? Like, I never really got that. But like, did you all partake in that any?
I think, I mean, for me personally, I haven't made any personal resolutions. I think I'm on the same page as you, where I'm like, when I'm ready to make a change or improve part of my life, I'm going to do it. And the beginning of the year is when I probably figure that for me. But I think coincidentally, the band kind of unspokenly made some resolutions because it's about, give or take a couple of weeks here where we've changed our focus a little and started, Mo's especially gotten much more active with our online marketing and presence and just really promoting the band as a business more and as, an entity and just being a little less casual about how we're presenting ourselves to the world, I guess. Does that make sense?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that one part you said. That last part, I didn't hear it. What did you say?
I was saying we've just kind of been less casual about how we're, representing ourselves to the world and to our, audience and potential audience.
Right, right, right. So I remember I was speaking with Mo before I was setting up the interview. I was like, "Hey, like, so how exactly is everything running?" Because I didn't know that she was like, everybody in the band has a job. I was like, "Hey, that makes sense." You know what I mean? Like, but then I was like, again, like if you're looking back at like on TV or you look at what's promoted right here in front of your face, it doesn't seem like there's that 9 to 5 thing. And then when I was looking into what she was doing, and I was seeing like, hey, she has this. Yeah. Then she told me she was an author, and I was like, wow, like so like each door was opening up so many different doors, So like as in far as that balance though, like isn't that something for you all like to hold that all in because everyone's doing their own thing, but then still is in the band to keep it equal. How exactly? How is that? How do you keep that playing field? You know what I mean? How's it? Not like this. Like whoa. How do you keep that?
I mean, it definitely takes work. It's not always as smooth sailing as you might want it to be. Ideally, the band makes a schedule, but that doesn't really work with us. I think we're just in a space right now where the people that we work with, we're playing a show at the end of the month, so people are focused on learning their parts and making sure the show is as impeccable as it can be. And so we're pretty fortunate that the people that we work with, that they're also very committed and dedicated. So we don't have a schedule per se, although in past bands, and even in the beginning stages of this band, having a schedule was a must because everybody's got something going on, really 9 to 5. And so rehearsals were happening in the evening and on the weekends. Nowadays, it's still pretty much evenings and weekends, but there's some flexibility sometimes. Like sometimes we work from home, and over the summer we lived at our drummer's house for 3 months, and so we would get up in the morning and work on a song at 11:30 in the morning, and that's not typical. But we just it just so happened that we were both working from home, and our drummer doesn't work till later in the day, so we just have to make it work because music is fun at the end of the day, and it's so cathartic. People long for it after that, after their 9 to 5 or whatever job they're doing. They get to go and have fun, and this is how adults have fun. We have some drinks, we play some rock and roll, we get ready for a show. Like this is our playground.
Totally. Ideally, Ghosha and the music we're working on would be absolutely the only thing that we have to work on. But while we still do need other sources of revenue, I've read or some of the information has come to me that even when you're tired, you work all day and you're ready to do nothing. It's more like your mind that's tired. It's like bored with what you've done. And now, so if you give it a new direction, a new, stimulation, and you kind of wake right back up. I think that's one thing about music that's helpful to keep working is you can, be home at 7 and then still go and do 4 or 5 hours of band practice because now you're like, holy shit, your gears mentally. And even though you work hard, you're back, back in action.
It rejuvenates you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It gives you.
Yeah.
It's almost like a drug, right? Like it's like that.
Right.
Like that. Get right. Like I don't know. So now when it comes to writing the music, where is this all coming from? Where is the emotion coming from? Is this from the 9 to 5? Is this the feelings of the 9 to 5 that and better yet, who's spending the time? Because when I'm writing, it's so weird nowadays. I was writing before the band. I would write my music and it wouldn't be so hard, but now it's almost like I have to hear my band play with me in order for me to be even able to write anything. How does that work for you?
Well, I write the majority of lyrics, and the song lyrics come from life. They could be from a relationship, they could be from a friend relationship, they could be a job, they could be something that society is dealing with. All of my songs deal with something, and each song tells its own story. Typically, what I do is I'll have the song written out before I even write any chords, and I'll put some chords together. And then the next thing I want is to play it with either a bass player or a drummer, someone that can hold the rhythm, so I can get the sort of the cadences and the kind of the feel of the song out. And then from there, I can add more lyrics, take out lyrics, they add their parts, and then the song takes on a completely different life of its own. So I basically present a skeleton to them of a concept, an idea that I write about. I'm a writer, I'm a words person, I love writing words. So typically that's how they start.
I see now, Jared, whenever you get the ball and it starts bouncing to your way, after she writes the song and she comes to the band, is this all right? Because again, it's either the drums or it's the bass. That's what's going to give you. Everyone's going to get the flow into this or whatever. Now do you feel the creativity flowing through, or sometimes is there a block there? Is there because again sometimes our band members, I'm trying to get any of the viewers that are looking to get a concept of we all think differently, but then also too, as in when you are working in a band, I think that you all kind of think alike. You know what I mean? They still think differently, but it's still alike. And I'm trying to get what's going on through your mind whenever she's like, here's the song. How do you all go about, all right, this is what it should sound like. This is what it should play like.
Totally. Definitely kind of grow to see the same vision, maybe. What they say, that couples together for a long time, for 20 years, they start to look alike. They start to be, you know what I mean? You always see them. And I think that's
Don't we look alike?
Yeah. Your lifestyle starts to sync up, and your diet and your influences, and you start to, mesh and become almost one. You know what I mean? You keep throwing what you like at them, and they keep throwing the influences at you, and it's just, you kind of become in between.
Yeah, just all of a sudden, it's just it's almost like everything that's the whole band and everything kind of just puts together. I guess, I guess you spend so much time together, it just lays over. I don't know. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. For instance, Mo kind of says, I'm going to bake a cake. And she's like, here's chocolate cake. At the end, we're going to write, happy birthday on it. And then me and the drummer kind of, we're going to start mixing all that. And
they take the ingredients and they put it together.
So she's made the base, and she's probably going to put the last little frosting on top, but we're gonna, mix the ingredients.
They're gonna bake the actual cake.
Yeah, we're gonna bake the cake.
Right. They're gonna get the real harder baking and send that. You're gonna put that decoration on and clear it up. I can dig it. Now, all right, that's pretty fun. Now, tell me a little bit about like being, I guess, a band with a female for the front. You know, I mean, like I guess that's probably comes with a lot of a different attraction, feeling, kind of thing like that. What's it like to be the female of the front? You know, I mean, like, because gosh, right? Every boo, you know, everyone's all in your face, you know. So what's this like? And how you take it all in? Because there's a lot of people that I talk to. It's like all eyes on me, and they almost melt away. How do you take it in, and especially as in people watch and on social media and things like this, the comments that you might get. How do you go through and how do you decipher in and find out these different things, the people that you would probably want to work with, or this person's probably a weirdo, or because I know you probably get this kind of thing. How do you go through it, and can you give us some insight on that, please?
Yeah, so because of the work that I do with this therapy work, I've got like really good radar for, you know, weirdos and stuff like that, I think.
She knew I was a weirdo immediately.
But yeah, I mean, it's a thing, but I haven't really made it a thing. You know, I played in another band before that was all girls, and so I kind of think I've gotten a little bit like used to it. So I don't notice it anymore, or if there's anything to notice.
Well, so like I was just like looking into like the music industry, and again, like you don't really see it very often. I mean, really, if you think about it, there's not a lot of front ladies in bands anymore. And for that matter, there's not, I mean, maybe I'm just not getting out enough. Maybe I'm not connecting into the right people. I don't know. Is it just me, or?
I think, I mean, being out and playing out in LA and stuff a lot, I've seen a lot of female-fronted groups. I think a lot of the times you see them, I don't know if it's a deliberate marketing concept or it's just, the matter of the fact is that it's like that performer and in the band or, the other musicians aren't, it's not necessarily a rock band or, a band that she might be fronting, that woman happens to be the main attraction. Everyone else is like supportive, they might be hired musicians. I do feel like, in my experience, that's more common, whereas you do see a lot more male-fronted bands where it's the whole band is, that group of guys. But I've seen a lot of female-fronted groups playing around. I think once, more popular in pop and successful groups, you see a lot of where they're marketed, where the woman, because it's an attractive woman in the front, they get marketed that way. Or
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense too?
Yeah.
I think it makes total sense. I think it makes total sense. Now, as far as like it comes into marketing, and what social media sites do you all usually use? Because again, the new way to get yourself spread around, it's not with the TV, it's not with the piece of paper. I mean, don't get me wrong, it works, but not like it used to. It's just not that. I don't know. Don't send me a letter because I probably didn't even check my mailbox, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's just so weird. How exactly do you all go about with the marketing, and what's been working the best for you? Not saying that radio's dead, not saying these other things are, but how have you all adjusted to the situation? And can you give some keys to the viewers? Because again, like I want the viewers to be able to say, hey, you know what, I want to try that.
Sure.
Yeah, social media is huge these days. Twitter, which is where we connected, is huge.
Right.
And there are a lot of music fans on Twitter. I think Twitter is probably like in the lead when it comes to communicating with your fans, meeting new music fans, meeting people like yourself that are interested in, collaborating and bringing musicians together. Twitter is kind of where it's at. And Twitter's been like that for a good decade, and a lot of musicians don't know that. So if you're a musician out there, get on Twitter, start communicating with music fans. You can find music fans by going to other bands that are similar to you, or bands that you like, and just start communicating with people and start talking to people, getting your name out there. Instagram is huge nowadays for music. Get on Instagram if you haven't done so yet. I feel like a lot of musicians are on there. Instagram is so great for artists because it's visual. So whether you're a musician or a fashion designer, whatever, like it's a great place for creatives to show off what they're working on and get fans that way. Facebook. I feel like Facebook is like the grandfather of social media right now. Like if you're not on Facebook, you're no one.
Right.
I don't like Facebook that much. Most of the people I communicate with on Facebook are friends and family that I've known for decades that could care less about my music. They want to know what I'm doing. Like, what did I cook for dinner? Who did I vote for in the election? What do I think about, Trump's new hooker? That's the kind of thing they want to know on Facebook.
It's crazy that you say that because, like, I think a lot of, like, don't get me wrong, the whole Facebook Live technique, that's really cool. I think that's really great. It's really nice, savvy, but I think that it's a little bit behind. You know what I mean? Like, I think that, if everyone and their mom could do it, what's the point of me doing it? What's the value? I mean, it's still got that thing that's got to be, there's still, so I really like that you brought up the whole fact of, Facebook's more like you said, again, we could connect on there, but again, that's probably after we're business partners or we're going to have some kind of venture together or we've built some kind of connection that's going to say, you know what, I'm going to talk to you on a daily, and that's another thing is like a lot of people are like, I want to have as many Facebook friends as I can. It's like, why? They don't even talk. Like, you know what I mean? They don't, I really like that you brought that up because I think that that's a big thing with the artists is like, oh, I'm going to get as many this on Facebook and that with Facebook, but it's almost like, why? So I really appreciate you bringing that up.
I think Facebook now is almost like, they say you should still have your own website. You almost should still, your Facebook page is almost the same thing like your website. You're not going to use it to really connect with people, but if someone hears about you or hears your name or for whatever reason, the first thing they're probably going to do now, they're not even going to put in Ghosha.com or GhoshaMusic.com anymore. They won't even Google Ghosha. They're gonna Facebook search Ghosha, and then if you don't have a Facebook page, they're like, all right, well,
they're no one.
People are known. This isn't legit.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be trying to engage. You just need to set the foundation.
Yeah.
Some of the other social medias that have like Twitter and stuff. And unless Facebook's kind of clunky, I feel like to try to expand your connections. Like you said, like once we're partners, business partners, more than I actually communicate, it's a better platform for that. But like I'm just trying to get you or see what's out there. You could be on Facebook all day. I feel like and find nothing that weird fake news. You know what I mean? You can try desperately to find.
It's scroll. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna shoot my foot off, right? Yeah, I can totally agree with that. Now, I don't want to keep you all on too long. I'm gonna let you all get off here. But before we do, I got two questions for you all. My first question is, what is your all's favorite song? You know what I mean? Like, what's the song that's like, all right, this is my personal favorite. I play it almost every day, or I would if I could. What's your favorite song?
You mean like a Ghosha song?
No, I mean like your personal favorite song.
Oh,
Your own, yeah, your own personal favorite.
It's not fun.
gosh.
If I had to make a choice, I would say Smooth Sailing.
Oh, that's a good one.
What would you say? What would you say if you had
Smooth Sailing.
Mm.
It's off the new album, like Clockwork. I would say
Good album.
I can listen to that song. Really, that whole album though.
Mo, what did you say?
This is a song that I have been listening to almost every day for like the past year. I don't know if it's because it's on my Spotify, but it's a really good song. It's by a band called New Order, which is a band that was really big in the 80s. And the song, I'm looking for the title of the song. I'm actually looking it up right now. But I listen to it a lot, and it's called Vanishing Point by New Order.
New Order, Advantage to Point.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's kind of dancey. It's kind of like it gets you going. So I'll get in my car and I'll put that song on.
What about you?
Like they get going music. All right. And for the last question, on this show, I like to end it off basically where you all ask the audience a question. I like you all to ask the audience a question, and then it allows you to be able to come back to this video, or maybe if one day you're sitting, hey, look, I want to show you all an interview I've been through, or I want to show you all this, whatever. The viewers, they'll get on here, they'll watch the interview, and they'll leave their opinion or their answer to your question. And then also, too, I like to edit it back down and then put a Q&A in before. But I like you all to leave a question for the viewers to answer. I think it would probably be best if since there's two of you all, maybe we should do each one of you all do a separate question.
I guess I would ask viewers, what is your favorite part of a song? What stands out in a song that makes you love that song? Are you a lyrics person? Are you a rhythm person? Is it something in the way that the vocalist carries the vocals? Do looks of band members matter, etc. Like what when you become a fan or like a super fan, basically?
Good one. I'm gonna cheat a little bit.
That's very nice.
Yeah, why do you listen to music? Why do you listen to not necessarily a particular song? What is it that you're trying to what you're trying to gain or understand or feel? What is it that you love about music in general?
That's good question. Good question. Great questions. I really appreciate y'all being on the show tonight. And I like if you all have anything coming out, if you all have any new projects, be sure to hit me. Let me know, and I'd like to have you back on the show. You think maybe we can work that out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we would love to.
Very nice. Very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great time. I hope that you enjoyed this interview. I hope that you all will take this and share this content. It's going to probably change how you think about things. Like, again, they have 9 to 5s. so if you all are thinking, this is, I thought this or I thought that, this video is going to give you a good clarification on how to think instead of thinking the way that you're thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, itsmontez.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share. If you don't do that, you can't keep up. Duh. Thank you so much for tuning in.